It is sweet and savory, and today Chef Chad Kelley is going to spill all the secrets of his candied ribs. Thank you so much for being here from Bumbershoot Barbeque in Argyle.
What's a bumbershoot?
It's an umbrella.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, it's an old English term for an umbrella. So
seriously,
we've got a little food truck park for one, and we just covered it all in umbrellas and just had fun with it.
And you're like nestled in the trees there.
You learn something.
Really
every
neat
day.
place to get barbecue.
Yeah.
How fun. Okay, so sweet and savory.
Yes. So what we started with is this kind of came up from us looking for our version of like a burnt end. Right?
Okay.
Everybody was doing it, and we do a pretty good rib as it is, so it was like we just started playing with it.
Yeah.
So
all right.
The first thing is when you go to do ribs is if you're making a rub or you're using one that's pre-made, make sure to get enough on there. You know, it's
don't
to me,
skimp.
Oh, you can't.
It looks ridiculous.
It should almost look a little too much, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the back side of it too, with ribs, you don't necessarily need to worry about because there really isn't any meat to that side.
Oh, really? So you
And
just
then-
season this one side?
Yeah, and I'd let that sit for about 10 minutes because the other part is once you go to pick it up, you know, some of it's going to fall off, right? And then some of it will soak into it.
So if it sits
You're
10
good.
minutes, then it kind of adheres to it a little bit.
It'll
better.
stick to it a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so Meat Counter 101, I walk in and I ask for, or I look for what?
This is a St. Louis rack of ribs.
Okay.
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 So a St. Louis rack is a spare rib that's just been trimmed down a little bit more.
Okay.
It's just got a lot of great meat to it. I prefer it over a baby back. It'll be a little bit more cost effective as well.
Huh, okay, good tip. All right,
Yeah.
so how long does this sucker cook?
So if you're throwing it on a pit at home, it's going to be about 3 hours. You do want to undercook this one for what we're doing here.
Okay.
Because you're going to cook it again.
Can I do it in the oven? I don't have a barbecue pit.
You do it in the oven. You're going to take this, if you've got a couple racks, and then wrap this in a little bit of foil, put it in a 300-degree oven for about 3 hours as well. And then you're just going to test for doneness. A lot of ways you can test it is you kind of go to pick it up, and then when it starts to crease, you're good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know those fall off the bone ribs?
Yeah.
You know, if you go to do that, the bones will just start popping off. And you know, at that point, the ribs are still good.
Okay.
But we don't want to go too farther with it.
Don't want to go too far. Okay.
Yeah. So once you kind of finish them in the oven, you're going to take it out, let it rest, get it where you can, you know, touch it.
Yeah.
And then let the meat rest, and then you're just going to kind of go through, and then between each bone, whoops, that one started.
Okay, and really quickly, the candied part, we got to get to this because we are out of time.
You add a little bit of the glaze to it.
Yep.
You're going to dip it in, all right? And then you're going to go into the tray with it, and then you're going to take this in the tray about 350 for about another 45 minutes.
Done.
And then that's going to candy it. It's going to give another glaze to it. And then you got a little finished product right there.
That's right, using all the sugar that's in the barbecue sauce.
Yes, sir.
All right, we've got this recipe and a link to Bumbershoot Barbeque in beautiful Argyle, Texas on fox4news.com, and we will be right back with a check of your forecast.